Hi, my name is Sunday. In this video, I'll be talking about T.F.R, when to request for it. So, as Italians call it, T.F.R. So, in this video, we'll be looking at when exactly to request for your T.F.R or T.F.R. So, when exactly? For people that are working, many people don't know what they should be expecting. There are many things that, as a worker, that you have rights to. Many people don't know it. Some people, they've had one contract or the other. After 1 year, they stop. The company still fold up, or one thing or the other, say, go start another one. After 3 years, all those stuff. All this money, sometimes, the couples, they'll just pocket them because you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. You understand? There are many things like that that many people don't know, of which we all don't know. You understand? But in this video, thank God to social media, thank God to other social media platforms that are out there that are trying to educate many of us on what is our rights and how to go for it. So in this video, we'll be looking at what it means and also when you can claim it. You understand? So let's get straight into it. It says, what is that? The T.F.R. Say the severance indemnity. In English, it is called severance indemnity because if contract finished, and it's something they need to pay, give you. You understand? T.F.R. was introduced in 1982 to replace indemnity seniority. In fact, the purpose is always the same, to guarantee a sum of an outflow. The purpose of this T.F.R. is at the end of working, at the end of the working contract, the work can finish or contract can stop. Then it's to guarantee money outflow, to give you something huge in your hand. For those ones when they work, what it means, say, if your contract finished, if you get some kind of money when your company need to give to you, very big money, it's not too big like that. We'll do the calculation later. It says, the severance indemnity is a deferred salary. Deferred salary. Salary when they put most for one corner. Deferred salary. That is a sum that the worker finds in the pay packet following the termination of his relationship, termination of his contract, or the specific advance request during the relationship. Now, two things are involved. You can get this money if your contract finish. If your contract finish, maybe no one renew them again. Your contract finish, you stop working in that company, they'll give you that money following the termination. And the termination not mean whether now you stop yourself, whatsoever thing will happen. As far as that contract don't finish, you need to give you this T.F.R. That's what they're saying. And also, in the course of maybe the contract never see finish, you still have right to still request for it. Maybe you want to use that money because that money is like they save one for you. You want to use them, but before you go feel request for it, if you still work in that company, how to request for it. I'll also tell you when you need to request for it. If you are still in that same company, you never come up for there. But for those who you stop or their contract don't finish, you have right to request for it, no matter how many years they work for there. So they said the T.F.R. is always released, always, mark that word, always released, whatever the reason for which the employment relationship ends. It's always, they must give you, meaning a must, they must give. So for those of you now, when their contract go end, at the end, you don't go see anything, you don't go see anything. Listen to it. Say it's always released, whatever the reason for which the contract relationship ends. Either negative outcome to the test, whether maybe something happen, a fight, whatsoever thing happen, now they stop you, now they stop you for work, or you resign, they dismiss you for justified objective reasons, subjective reason for just cause, etc. No matter what thing you take, stop your work, whether on a quarrel, on a fight, whatsoever thing, at the end of it, all that money, now you're right, because they don't save one ever since. They need to give it to you according to law. So now let's look at those people that have rights to it. It says, who are the beneficiaries? Those people, when that money, they save their money. It says, the beneficiaries of the severance indemnity, which is the T.F.R, are all subordinate workers, or anybody that are subordinate workers. Lavoro dipendente. So that is what they are talking about. Anybody when they under couple. Workers that have permanent means life contracts. Fixed term, even though now 1 month contract, 1 year contract, those are called fixed term, 2 years contract, 3 years contract. Partial meaning maybe part-time contract. Intermittent, meaning those who get lavoro chiamata, or apprenticeship, those who they under apprentice start, or those who they do, maybe when they learn the work, you understand, because there's a contract where they'll give you what they call, maybe all those apprentice contracts will be maybe for 3 years. After you don't finish the contract, don't finish learn the work, then automatically they'll come give you direct contract. All those people as well. The only group of people when not go fit collector, maybe those people when they do tereshino, maybe when they do training, all those kind of people, they're not go fit get on, according to what they say. So these are the kind of people, if you get this kind of contract, life contracts, fixed term contract, maybe 3 months contract, 1 year contract, 2 years contract, called fixed term contract, partial contract, which is part-time contract, there may be intermittent, lavoro chiamata, apprenticeship contract, all those kind of contracts, you will have rights to it. If your work finish after 1 year, you have, because every month now they receive one. So possibly, meaning even though now 6 months, your contract elapse, now your contract expire. After that 6 months, definitely they are supposed to give it to you, because now every month, now they take the save one. At the end of the year, the money they'll come do the calculation. You go take one corner for inside your booster paga. I see the way they did for booster paga. You understand? So for those that work for many years, some people money like quickly. Like those ones don't work for many years, some people money like, and it also depends on how much that they pay you as your salary. Then still they big, because that's small that they remove. Some people might be 100 euro every month, some people might be 50 euro. Depends on how much they receive for your booster paga as your salary. Some people might even be up to 200. Depends on the amount when they receive. Then they remove that money, they keep on for one corner. You understand? Now you can also call it liquidation. Maybe at the end of the year, they can't give your liquidation. Then some people take the buy house, then give them, until they travel, go Africa, you other stuff. So that be the thing. So now let's look at how the calculation is made. How they calculate this money. It says the severance indemnity is calculated by adding up the salary received per year, which is the gross of tax, divided by 13.5. So this is the little calculation I've done in this place. Let me do this calculation. It says, if for instance, at the end of the year, your code, the money when you receive at the end of the year, from January to December, from whenever you start work, from February, for wherever, from January to December, at the end of the year, maybe now 20,000, you will divide down by 13.5. So when you divide down by 13.5, let's say 20,000, this is an example, 20,000 divided by 13.5. So the result is 1,481 points, so and so. They are approximately 1,482. But mind you, in this T.F.R, they also they remove tax. So any for inside wherever you inside your booster pack, they might wrote on it that in a year it is 1,482 that has been saved. Now you times that one with some people maybe don't work for 5 years, 8 years, 10 years. So this is how they monitor the big. So now this kind of money that they save. So in a year, sometimes it will be approximately like the type of salary they receive every month. But that is how they do the calculation. 13.5. Any amount when they say your code, divide down by 13.5. The example I made there is just 20,000 euros at the end of the year, where the person gets, which is the annual salary. Then divide by 13.5. Then that is the result. So the one when they divide down by 13.5, you will also find the result. And that kind of money that they save every year. You understand? So that is how it goes. And at the end of for long years, then the money will say increase. So now we're looking at when you have rights to this money, because if your contract continue, maybe you get life contract, you don't work for ordinary 2 years, you don't feel request for it. You don't work for ordinary 5 years, you don't feel request for it. Let's look at when you have right to it. Those people, when their contract already finished, they have right to it. As far as your contract is finished, your couple supposed to also they prepare the money. That's why some people, although they pay them, if you look at inside your last go start paga before your contract will finish, you might find that maybe the money increase where if you check maybe the right and posting at T.F.R will be that the money when they pay inside. Nobody said they will pay a different than that booster paga. No, they go right inside your last booster paga. So that is not say maybe they can go put a very big money. If not another 1 year, say well maybe not go past 1,000 euros. Depends on how much they receive, because they're also going to remove tax. Like this one, I just said that maybe now 1,400 or something. At the end, before the concept they want to pay you, maybe you call it another 1,002 or 1,001. Big tax will come out inside. So they tell you do one. So for those when they work, they stop every year. Maybe they're on a 1 year contract, they stop. At the end, you might be surprised that inside your last booster packer, they appear inside. You can also check your last booster packer that you collected from any company that maybe when your contract stop, it might be written inside. If you're not there inside, then you have right to go and ask them now your money when they save. Then to those one that they work, they go ever since. They get life contracts. How or when you need to apply for it. They said, advance payment of severance indemnity. Not everyone can ask for an advance on the T.F.R because T.F.R now whenever the contract finish. So they were talking about advance payment. Let's say for instance, you need them before your contract will finish. Your contract never bought, you need that at all. It says only the worker who has completed at least 8 years of service with the same employer can request an advance. Only that person, when does stay or you don't work for more than 8 years, you don't complete 8 years in that company, and you still did that company. So you have rights. For instance, say you want to use the money, they do one thing on the other. Imagine maybe now 1,500 that they save there for 8 years calculator. Maybe you could already 10,000 plus. You understand? So, but mind you, they're not going to give you all of them. According to what they said, however, the sum calculated exceed 70% of the accrued amount. So, what they're saying is that the amount when you feel request for now ordinary 70%. If, for instance, money now roughly 10,000 and you want request for anything at all, what they're saying is that you can only request for 70% of that money. So they can give you roughly 7,000. So inside the 7,000, they can't say remove tax. So if they remove tax, before you know it, you can't say reduce again. So that be the thing. But only those people who don't work more than 8 years in one place. You understand? Because anytime when you first stop your contract, you are supposed to collect it from all those companies. As far as you did one company, ever since you don't complete more than 8 years, you have right to your T.F.R. You can request for it, even though you don't want to wait till whenever, till that kingdom come. You understand? Whenever you go stop the work, even though you stop the work by yourself, you still have rights to it. You understand? So that is it. So those are the people that have right to it. Then how can they request for it? It says the request must also be justified by particular needs. You know, we'll just ask for it, but you know, as they be, you can tell your couple will understand. Number one thing, they said you can request for it, such as healthcare costs, maybe for healthcare costs, or purchase of house, especially those ones who want to buy house. They tell you, say, me go bring 10% or 20% before bank will give you money. Now, opportunity, you can tell your couple that you want to buy house because that one is a justified cost. Tell your couple, say you want maybe don't work more than 8 years. Only for those who don't work more than 8 years in that company, whether you get life contract or not, you don't work more than 8 years in that company. So you have a justified reason. Then they say you want to buy house and banks maybe bring 10% or 20%, that 10,000 or whatever. So any amount when we give you, they'll give you money from inside your T.F.R. So your company can give you your own money when they save the with you for inside your T.F.R. You understand? So that is, you can request for it only for those when they'll be more than 8 years. There as well other needs as well, according to this article 2120 of the Civil Code. You have rights to it after 8 years of service. That is it. Then maybe, for instance, maybe you don't fair request for a big one for the first time. Now you want to request for another one. They said, can the worker obtain the T.F.R. advance twice or more times? According to law, now no, you know will fit. According to law, because you don't fair request one. But the thing is that if your couple agree, accept, it can still give you another one. You can still be giving even almost every year if your couple accepts. So that is it. For those ones who have not known about it, now it be this one. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.